Today is May 18th. The Yankees took 3 out of 4 from the team up north, and they're coming back smiling. We're going to talk all about it. There was some other stuff that happened as well. Webhead, stand up. Not you.
Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from it's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, episode number 908, brought to you by SeatGeek. And Jake is here, and I'm here, and BBD's here. And our live event tickets are on sale for that. You can find them in the description. June 3rd, watching the game with all of you guys who want to come hang out with us. Limited tickets, and I think we're on our way to them even being more limited. And if someone purchased one right now, just got more limited. So that's how that works. And the Yankees win. And Jake, how are you?
James Davis, a little bit of an old school feel. I'm coming live from my apartment in a sleeveless tank top. That's a little.
You look like Oswaldo Cabrera's rejected cousin right now.
Vamos, thank you. Yeah, we'll see if Noodle gets involved. He's kicking around. So this is, a Talkin' Yanks first 300 type vibe right now. And the vibes are pretty good. I mean, we're not going to talk much about Toronto, kind of a walkover series before Cincinnati.
Yep.
So
prepping for the real thing.
Me and Fat Boy are going to cover the Reds. So how you doing, Jim?
Speaking of Fat Boy, I'm getting sick on churros tonight.
Jimbo.
Did you get one? I'm
getting sick on churros, man, because it's a late night record. And Katie was asleep and James was asleep and I was a little hungry still. And we don't keep snacks in the house. So if I'm still hungry to the point where I don't just get over it, then I have to buy a snack. And I bought a whole box of churros. And the web dog did it, so I can celebrate.
The web dog did it. A lot of guys did it, man. This was fun. I mean, Zombie Hicks, IKF had hits in this. I think I'd have to check the stats. I know Judge got involved, so there's some leadership there. But yeah, this series had everything.
Well, I had a lot of drama off the field too. That was somewhat on the field too. We have to talk about, I guess.
More coaches drama than you'll see in a normal series.
Boone was done. What did he say to Pete Walker today? You're fucking psycho. You're psycho. Sit down.
One fat man told another fat man they're fat.
Schneider's not that fat. Remember when we saw him in person?
I mean, I think if we saw Brad Wilkerson in person, we'd say wow, he's pretty strong too. I think that was beard guy drama. I think Schneider was taking a shot at Wilkerson because he's on the Yankees and he can't have a beard. And I think that's what that was.
It does feel bad for Brad Wilkerson because we kind of put his name on the map for Yankees fans that don't know who he is, saying he looked like a Don Zimmer and Garrett Cole combo. And Don Zimmer's a meatball of a man. And
half of that's nice, though. I mean, that's, one of the aces of baseball.
The Yanks, they lost in his game, Jake. So if you can get your facts straight, Webb Dog carried the team. Garrett Cole lost us a game. Yeah, we had all that drama. That was dumb.
I think, lot to cover. I know we already kind of covered game one a little bit with Booney, but also there's some little bit of late housekeeping. A couple injuries snuck up on us.
Yeah, and a couple returns are sneaking up on us. Savvy's coming back soon. Canely through. I was watching an interview on Twitter. Someone was videotaping and interviewing him after he was coming out of the tunnel. Someone that covers the minors, I guess. And they're like, "You feel pretty good? You hit 97." And Canely was like, "Oh, I did. Oh, cool. Yeah, felt good." So Canely pitched. He's on his way back. Stanton is way ahead of schedule. which is kind of good news because he takes a long time to get hot once he like returns from the IL. And he's ahead of schedule, and Donaldson is behind schedule. He was putting together a sandbox, stabbed himself with a screwdriver, and Hamilton is 4 weeks.
And Jose Trevino just went on the IL, and Ben Rortvedt is a New York Yankee.
I'm not prepared for that.
Okay.
But I do think give him the Red Series. And Higgy gets it.
Did we start the rumor he didn't exist?
I think that was kind of like a collective conscious thing. Like, I think everybody was thinking the same thing, you know? But we weren't late to it. But I don't think we were necessarily first to it.
Like,
it was very much...
Everyone was kind of like...
It. We definitely helped, though.
Yeah. It's kind of like you look outside, it's raining. You're not the first to notice it. Even if you saw the first drop, someone else also saw that first drop. And that's what happened when people started realizing Rortvedt wasn't real.
So a lot of moving parts there. Yeah, I mean, Sevy will be pitching Sunday, right? Against the Reds. Again, a lot of Red series in this.
Oh, yeah, Sevy to Rortvedt. They just teamed up, maybe.
Oh, I think Sevy gives that
Maybe he just pitched to him down in AAA.
Oh my God, that's the 11:35 a.m. brunch game for Sevy.
Yeah, Kay was talking about that in the broadcast about how Sevy complained about that. Now he's getting on. So now it makes sense though. They set him up. If people don't know, they made Sevy do a 11:30 rehab game, and he was like, "That's too early. I don't want to do that."
That's good. I like that for him, though. You kind of can't get too hyped, you know? Like, if it was a Sunday night Red Sox game or something, Sevy would come in a little too hot. Like, Sunday breakfast Reds game, that's perfect.
Yeah, especially, like, games won. News.
Rortvedt did not catch either of Sevy's rehab games.
Oh. Well, one was at AA, right?
Yes, Rortvedt didn't catch on either of those days.
Yeah, I think you see Rortvedt game 2, so Higgy gets the brunch game with Sevy.
Higgy doesn't want that brunch game. The 11:30 brunch game Sevy start is all time versus the Reds punt lineup, and that includes Rortvedt. They might give him night day.
You think they're going Rortvedt night game into
morning game,
AM game?
I said play them all three. Burn them while you got them.
Let's talk about this series a little bit.
Yeah, you gonna burn them?
I have burns for the games. I think that was the housekeeping. And Jim, there's something else that's going on at our house. Farmer's dog.
Yeah,
Jimbo. Farmer's dog. It's dog food. That's what they most recommend it for. I'm not going to say what I've been doing with it, but Noodle has been loving it. Noodle's obsessed with it. Know when a dog starts eating something and it hits that point of like, oh, you're a wild animal eating something right now? That's what Noodle's doing with this food. He is demolishing it. He absolutely loves it. Farmer's Dog isn't just higher quality food. They also send the food pre-portioned specifically for your dog. You got to fill out a quiz. And because it's our dog and Jess cares about our dog so much, she wouldn't even let me fill out the quiz. So she filled out the quiz about Noodle and like who he is and what he's about and his signs.
You get way too
stuff.
much food. Noodle doesn't eat that much.
Noodle eats. He's a big dog.
When I watched him, the portions just gave me, and she gave me individual Ziploc bags. This is one portion in this bag. She dummy proofed it. It was not a lot of food.
She loves a good plastic bag. Why don't you guys go get your dog some of thefarmersdog.com/JohnBoy. You'll get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/JohnBoy. Check out the link in the descriptorino.
Yeah, it's healthy dog food and approved by vets, nutritionally balanced. My dogs, after they eat it, each let out one fart. where I'm like, oh, that is healthy because it smells like you turned into a hippie. Like when my sister did like all nuts and plants, vegan.
It's like hanging out with Nicky Cass. Like Nicky
Oh my
Cass eats
God.
healthy, and he lets out a couple a day that you're like, that's not cool.
Not nice.
Thanks, Farmer's Dog.
Yeah. Game 1, we'll have to burn it.
Opening up 4 games in the Great North A with an opener of our own. Jimmy C and Johnny B would tee it up against Alex Manoah for the Jays. Judge says, hey, big boy, solo, homer, and Trilly Calhoun take some cut. 2-run homer. It's 3-0 Yanks after 1. 4 in the 4th, 6 in the 6th. Higgy and Rizzo with RBI knockers. And then Judge gives the Jays the side-eye. 2nd homer of the day. 7-0 Yanks. Whoa, ugly 8th inning defensively. But how about Cordero and Brito? Zeros on the board through 7 for Cordito. Hammy and King shut it down. 7-4 final.
And we did talk about this game already, and we chatted about some aspects with Boone. And if you didn't hear any of that, this was the first game where Judge gave the side eye, as you mentioned. And actually, since we talked about it, like the full details came out where the pitcher said he separates the ball from his glove in his windup. LaTroy Hawkins style. I always think of him when I think of a pitcher that does that. And the first base coach could just see his fingers on the ball, and if it was a fastball or a slider. So Judge was looking at, or someone in the dugout, because it still doesn't really look like he was looking at the first base coach, but someone could see it, and then that's what Judge was peeking at. And the pitcher admitted that. And then that led to the stupidness of making sure the coaches were in the box, which never happens.
Yeah, that's the important detail, because that kind of comes up the next game. Yeah, man. I mean, Jimmy Cordero and Johnny Brito both gave incredible performances. That this game was the biggest blowout, and it was so shocking. It was 7-4. I mean, I sent out some tweets that was like, dude, I love just talking about blowout wins. And then you look at the scoreboard and it's like 7-4. That 8th inning was horrendous. Gleyber, what are we doing, Pop? But yeah, I mean, 7-0. And it was, Johnny Brito, he had an inside up and in fastball working that it felt like the Jays couldn't deal with. This was fantastic. And then, yeah, there was instant drama for 24 hours that the Judge part got quenched. And then the coaches started fighting, and Domingo took the field the next day.
Yeah, let's burn it.
Let's burn it then.
Game 2.
Game 2. Oh, geez. Gossman versus Herman. Silent G. Gleyber, an icy RBI single to open up the scoring. Yanks played another on a Bader DP. Must have been a snow day for Herman. The stickiest hand the umps ever seen gets him tossed and suspended. Yikes. Hamilton comes in and gets hurt. More yikes. It's still 2-0 Yanks, but make it 3. Who ordered the Oppo tacos? IKF nuke. It's 3-0 Pinstripes, but Toronto would match it. Kiermaier, Bichette, and Vlad go dancing on Disco Ron. 3s up, top 8. No side eye needed for this judgment. The big fella does it again. Gleyber sac fly makes it 6-3, and that's your final. Herman, Hammy, Disco Ron, Web Dog, Clay, and Wandy. Yanks take game 2.
Go Yanks. Go Yanks. Yeah, Clay and Wandy get it done. Wandy's numbers versus lefties are nuts right now. Another error at shortstop at the very end. That's getting not great. Infield, like just middle infield. I wasn't trying to isolate Volpe there, but Gleyber the day before, then Volpe. It's like, guys.
Yeah.
One of you.
Oswaldo starts out the next game with an error at shortstop.
Yeah.
I think every infielder had like at least one play that was just like, what?
This game was 6-3, Jake, and it was tied going into the ninth, and it was also a blowout. We're tied going into the eighth, and it was also a blowout. And the Yankees were going to win.
You were mad at the Jays for not winning this game.
I was. You know, to have as much bravado as they have, like,
right.
Hey, our pitcher got tossed because he was cheating. We had to bring another guy in. He gets hurt. And now we bring in basically a forfeiture in some people's eyes, not me, because I'm a webhead, but in some people's eyes, you bring in a guy that says, whatever, like basically you could take that as the Yankees were saying, oh, well, we lost our starting pitcher. Now our first reliever is hurt and it's, what the fifth inning, whatever. Or Ron comes in and gets blown up. And then you bring Weber in at that point. It's like, is what it is. But the Blue Jays didn't get hits off of him. So, yeah, this is a game they should have won. And they didn't.
Yeah, I think you saw it in Boone's celebration after the final game today that they and I know you're a webhead, so don't think about this the wrong way, but they threw up the white flag twice. Like when
today.
They sent
not game 4.
You don't think when they put
they
Weber
had
into this
I don't
game,
know if I don't know if you didn't do like the pitching path to victory, but they had no options today. Like it was
we're
Weber
saying the same thing.
Well, that's not a white flag. It's like this is all we got. It's not a white flag. It's going and getting like the reserve cannons that have been out of commission at the bottom of the ship and being like, I hope this thing still fucking fires because it's the only ammunition we got. White flag is you're out of ammo and you give up. I can't hear you.
We lost you.
Me?
Not you, Jake.
Oh, Jake.
You know we lost Jake. We got you, though.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go.
You got me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was a conversation about nothing, and then it even cut off my audio. Yankees won 6-3. Judge hitting the coolest homer ever, breaking their new stadium. Like,
it was really cool. And he broke the logo. Was that symbolic? Was that an omen? I don't know. I'm over it, dude. I don't care about the Jays.
I mean, on to the Reds game.
No, I mean, that beef was really exhausting after a while. It was like, really? You're going to yell at our third base coach? And then your third base coach isn't going to stand there? And then it was like,
Boone yelling the ump's full name is pretty good.
Yeah.
Are we doing Herman later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Hamilton gets hurt in this game or the next game?
This game, and that's sad. He's out for 4 weeks. You can see the pain on his face a little bit because it's such a great journey to coming back.
Groin, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess I don't want to spin any injury off as good news, but if this was forearm or something, we'd be saying a lot different things.
Yeah, lower body for a pitcher is usually, you can come back. It's just time.
Yeah, when he walks off like that after just throwing a pitch, your mind jumps to an arm thing. So it being lower body, I think, is good news.
And hey, how about bottom of the lineup? IKF 2 hits and a walk. Trevi 3-hit day. So
IKF also had the tag up, going to third at the end of the game, and then scores to push across that last run on the Gleyber foul or whatever it was, sack fly, that the guy shouldn't have caught. And Coney was like, yeah, I don't want him catching that. So IKF did a couple good things here. Also made the game-ending double play after the Volpe error, which was a really nice play. So IKF had a great game.
He played great. His homer in the previous game was nice. And yeah, he had a couple third base throws that, Jimmy, you texted this in the chat, and it's something I've harped on with DJ, and I think it's almost felt unfair at times, but the best third baseman in this game, Chapman and Arenado, they have absolute cannons, and every throw from third from Chapman was a thing of artwork. But IKF's arm at third plays better than it did at shortstop. That he looked really nice.
Well, shorter throw and more time to make it.
Yeah.
Shortstop's a tough position, but Chapman's throw is like on a fucking line.
Clothesline.
It is crazy. It visibly just a difference of like there. Wild. And always right there.
Yeah.
Gleyber had a lot of mental mistakes in this game, but also got 2 hits and a sack fly, but a lot of like 4 mental mistakes, I think. So maybe that gets touched on later. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like not an MFer, but it's probably not an award.
2 on the base paths. Then
the defensive plays the game before were killing me, man. Like you're getting that effort out of Brito and Cordero, and to put the game like back in play like that on a flip to second, like that's not physical, that's mental.
You think so? I don't know. Yeah, that one I thought he just physically botched it. The flip.
He had it in his glove and he got lackadaisical. It wasn't like he threw it away to first base and he hooked the throw or something. Like he mentally already checked off the part he was like, I had to do, that he didn't think about it at all. And like, I think that's the saddest I've seen him in a while.
Didn't he put it into his bare hand and try to shovel it and botch it?
He like never got it into his hand because he was done with the play.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I thought he got it to his hand and tried to shovel it and kind of like didn't have a good grip on it.
I mean, yes, but I think that was mental.
This game 2, when he tries to get the force out at second and do the spin play throw instead of just getting the out, I was more upset with, because I was like, now you're doing too much to try and make up for it. Just get the one out.
Yeah, I mean, man, he's been really solid with the bat, and he's obviously been a key cog of what they've been doing and moving around the lineup and everything. That he gets a little bit of a bye, but when you start trying to think of where this team is, like full tilt, I don't know, Gleyber's kind of a DH, and then Stanton's coming back. Like I don't know, man. He like it's year 6.
Yeah, I think he played a good second base last year. The turf, man, it's just a little faster for him.
Okay.
Give it some time. He's not going anywhere. He's hitting. Leadoff hitter. So we'll get better. No more lapses. Kay said they saw him in the elevator. He was sad about it.
Oh, he's super sad.
Which he's always very
Sure
sad.
he was.
More of this Gleyber. For podcast listeners, I'm doing his hand motion. Less sad Gleyber.
Okay.
Game 3?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. 4-game set, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, this game boring.
I got you. Is the music going? I don't have it.
It is.
No runs, no fun. Cole and Bassett were nasty. Yankee killer Danny Jansen walk off boring. Yanks lose 3-0 in extras.
Nice. Good burn. The offense has been so good lately that they're allowed to get shut out. Bassett's a decent pitcher. Bassett's a good pitcher, your favorite signing of the offseason. And he's funky. They're allowed to get blanked. You would have liked them to push 2 runs across in extras. Didn't happen. Team's rolling right now and they win the series. So like these losses are a little more tangible, like allowed, I think. The good news is that Clay, Cordero, King all look good. And then inherited runner innings, I don't give a fuck about.
That's all fair. Yeah, you caught Bassett at the wrong time. 3 starts in May, 23 innings. He hasn't given up a run. He's fun. Like if I was making a top 5 pitchers that I wish I could like be, I think he's on the list, man. He's tall, he's funky, he throws every sort of pitch. He had the Yankees in the mix master all day. It was tough, and with the Yankees rolling, and now especially knowing the result, that would have jumped Toronto in the standings, and Cole had his good fastball and all that. And I know Yankee fans were complaining about runners in scoring position, but Toronto finishes 1 for 17. So
they just post. I always say this. So I always say that like every team complains about this. Someone on like the baseball Reddit just posted the actual numbers and like the difference between the worst team at converting with runners in scoring position over the course of a whole year and the best team. It was like 3.3 runners versus 3.8. They're like every team is the fucking same, but it just hurts. So you think your team's awful at it.
Right.
I didn't like the Volpe pinch hit when the bases were loaded. And me and my dad were texting. He wanted to pinch hit someone else, Higgy.
IKF or Higgy.
I just let the guy who's seen pitches during the game. I don't care about righty lefty as much as they do. Like, I'm not as blind to it. Like, Bauer's put together good at bats and put the ball in play. I would have just let Bauer go. It's a tough spot for Volpe to come in.
Volpe arguably would have been my 4th pick. Higgy's been mauling lefties. He was very much in play for me. He jumped to the top of my head. Even IKF, like they were looking for a ball in play, like they were looking for the single.
I was surprised they didn't go IKF because of that.
I mean, even Hicksy is as crazy as it sounds, he's in a little bit of a heater, and Volpe's numbers versus lefties are bad. Yeah. So far into this season that, obviously of those people, who do I think is the most talented for this season? It's Anthony Volpe. But for the data points we currently have, I don't think Volpe was the move. Pinch hitting, could all 4 of those guys gotten out pinch hitting? Absolutely. Like that's
you also bring Volpe in. Volpe then comes in to play short, makes the error, which keeps the 9th inning going, leads to everything that happened after it, and they lose.
Yeah.
Bad. But game 4 is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yankees would need a big balls performance from Nestor, while Jose would try to swing his twigs and Barrios for Toronto. Top 1, his twig is bigger than yours. Aaron Judge, home run, 6th in 6 games for the big man. It's 2-0 Yanks. Watch it go, Bichette. Jumps Nestor. It's 2-1, and it'd stay that way into the 7th. This Hicks, unstoppable. What is dead can never die. RBI single. It's 3-1 Yanks. Ooh, Vladito. Sack fly is underrated. Joe's will tell you 3-2 Jays. Webb Dog survives, and there's the kid. What fortitude to stretch out the lead to 4-2. He goes pole dancing. Nestor to Weber to Abreu to Disco Ron. Yankees win 4-2, and they take 3 out of 4 from Toronto. Let's go, Yanks.
Let's go, Yanks.
Seriously.
This was a close game that wasn't close. The Vladdy at bat was close.
Yes.
When they pinch hit Vladdy, I said, ooh, and I got nervous. Other than that, I didn't get nervous.
Yeah.
Like it could be a moment, could be like a rallying moment. Vladdy hits a homer there or a huge double, and you get the slow-mo of Vladdy sliding into second from 15 feet away, doing like a chill bro, like hand signal as he's sliding, and the place goes crazy. And then we walk away and it's a series split. I still feel good about a lot of things, but it's Vladdy versus Web Dog, bases loaded. So that was the first time my head started creeping towards like, oh, this might be a split. It's possible. And then when they only pushed across one run, I went right back to like no concern.
Yeah, with the meat of their lineup again, because Bichette's really good. I think he's the other guy that needs to get mentioned. Springer's had series versus the Yankees where he goes. He didn't look. I don't know.
Bichette never comes up with people on. I feel like.
I think, in the words of Joe's McFly, that's not his problem.
But I'm saying that's why I was like, he's never his at bats still to me this series didn't seem scary.
Yeah, I guess I was doing a little bit while we were setting up to record is like what, talking Jays, what would they be saying right now? And I don't know. Obviously, Vladdy doesn't start those last couple, so they put that as a difference maker. I mean, they got outings from an incredible outing from Bassett that you're probably not going to get that again. You got a good effort from Barrios, and he looked better than he has in the past years. Gossman gave you a good effort. Manoah looked awful. That I don't know. Like I feel like when the Yankees were losing some series, we pointed to 5 things super easy that it's like, okay, that needs to change. And for the Jays, I don't know.
Offense and Judge.
For the Jays?
Yeah. I think they're like, well, Judge beat us. Can't let him beat us again. And then we should probably score more runs.
Yeah.
Put together innings. I don't know. They never felt threaty in this series. I know they are. I know they have a good lineup.
Yeah, I guess their lineup has a potential to get kind of thin quick. Like I'll say defensively, Varsho really impressed me, but I was worried about him coming to the AL East in his first year offensively, and some of his stats are down. That, especially without Vlad today, Danny Jansen, Kirk's slumping, Belt, Espinal. So yeah, I guess, one or two of those guys click the next time you see Toronto and their lineup feels deeper. But yeah, it felt like they were first 3 or bust.
Yeah. Vladdy out hurt them.
Vladdy out hurts them those final 2 games. And they won one of those.
They did.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The win for me. Cole pitch great.
The wind?
The wind, may the wind be at your back.
Yes. Okay.
Let's get into second half of the show where we give out our pride of the Yankees, our Yankee MFers, random old awards, have some fun, talk about some individual performances. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Jim, and it's brought to you by Shady Rays. Normally, I'd be wearing my Shady Rays, but it's nighttime. And that's, I don't know, sunglasses at night gets a little tricky. You're either really cool or really weird. I've done it before and I'll do it again. But I wear them every day. My Shady Rays, they're comfortable, durable frames, and they're not at the same price as the expensive brands. And if you use our deal, I mean, they're not even close. Code Yanks. 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized sunglasses. There's a link in the description. Buy yourself a pair. Summer is here. Jimmy just threw on a pair. There was a nice moment yesterday. A TV was on in our office, and I think it went from baseball game to news. So we were in that like 1.5 minutes of panic where it was like, hey, turn the news off before we have to watch the news. But they interviewed a lady and she was wearing Shady Rays and the whole office got hype. So So that was fun. So go get yourself some Shady Rays, shadyrays.com, code Yanks, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Jake, you get to go first here.
Pride of the Yankees. There's options, Jim.
Yeah, I think I see it as one. You could make an argument for a second guy, but I'm interested to see where you go.
Actually, Jim, I'll corner you because you kind of like doing that. I think there's a clear cut too. I'll take the layup, and I will take Aaron Judge with the 4 home runs.
My guy, but a good
beating Toronto. Well, hope you have the other guy. Otherwise, this whole episode's dog shit. Aaron Judge hits 4 homers this episode. He breaks the stadium, fends off cheating allegations with more home runs. And you said the Rays formula to beating the Yankees next time would be no Judge. And I would counter that with I want Judge from the Yankees side. So he gets my pride.
Good pride. He earned it. A lot of home runs out of him.
And dude, let's not ignore him being a good captain when he was telling his teammates mid pitch to stop yelling at the ump in the Blue Jays.
Yes.
That's what a captain does.
I wish you guys were helping me, but you're hurting me right now. As this guy's winding up, I shouldn't have to be telling you really quickly with a quick glance to shut up. You should be giving me pitch info during that time.
Hey, shut up, Homer.
Hey, oh, cool. Thanks. Thanks for being quiet. That helped me hit this homer. Yeah,
I thought he played well. I thought he played well this series.
I thought he played well as well. I mean, and he had that other ball that was right off the wall, which was a bummer.
Top of the wall. That was tough.
How many hits did he get in the series?
He only ended up having 6 hits, but 4 were homers, and he had 5 walks.
Yeah. Good for him. And he stole a bag. Wow. Nice. Well, my pride of the Yankees is very easy. Imagine you're middle of the ocean and all of a sudden the French fleet comes up on your side and you're like, well, shit. You know, we just had to fight off some pirates and use all our ammunition, run down below deck, see what we got. Hopefully we can have something that shoots. And then it turns out that one little cannon down there not only still works, defeats the entire competing fleet. And you're sailing off the victory. Web Dog's my pride. It's so easy. Dude goes 3+ innings of no earned runs. This guy had a 5.77 ERA in the minors this year. Every single game he pitched in AAA got blowed up. Rope-a-dope the Yanks. Said, call me up. I'll do it. Baseball Savant says he throws 3 different pitches. No fucking way. He throws that same pitch. It's basically lose 2-seamer in blitzball, and it's just a little bloop, bloop, and the Blue Jays couldn't hit it. And he saved not one game where we had to go to the last bottom ammunition and allow the Yankees to hang on for a win. 2 of the 3 wins, Web Dog had to save with his tiny little one shot at a time cannon, and he was able to do it. He is the most pride emoted came out of Web Dog for me this series. And that sentence at the end there isn't a fib or hyperbole at all.
Pride?
Dude, Web Dog shut down that lineup. The Jays had to really look inside themselves, and they have to feel bad right now because of that. And they're a team that likes feeling good and talking shit. And what could they possibly say right now when Weber shut them down at 2 crucial parts of the series where, like, dude, if they put up a 5 spot like the Rays did versus Weber, we lose this series. And They're supposed to put up 5 spots versus Ryan Weber, and they didn't play 0 runs. If both games they hit him, we'd be sitting here and be like, well, we lost the series, but the bullpen's thin as shit. We had to pitch Web Dog. So, like, what are you going to do? Sure, they beat Web Dog, but Web Dog blanked him.
Yeah, I had another guy. I guess if it was Bully of the Yankees award, which you traditionally love a good bully, I mean, that's what he did to him. Web Dog bullied him. That's what you described. Like the Jays that love to talk, they literally can't talk.
Yeah.
They got muted. I would have given them the Tiny
mute.
Cannon award, but I'm proud you got to talk about your guy as a webhead.
Yes. And I made a 180 on the Web Dog before this.
You did.
In spring training, I said, put him on the team.
You did.
I was ahead of this.
But it felt like when you said that it was filled with, I don't know if malice is the right word, but it felt Trojan horsey.
Exactly. That's what the Blue Jays, they didn't know was coming.
Jimmy, people listen to this show to get some of our Yankees thoughts and takes.
Yeah.
So where do you see the future for Ryan Weber and the Yanks?
Well,
he's got you filled with pride right now. Like this should be the most confident you have in him going forward. His first pride of the Yankees.
That doesn't equate. That doesn't equate at all. I think
I'm confused then.
I have him above Nick Ramirez right now.
Okay, same.
And we can't replace Domingo for 8 more days.
Right.
And when Sevy comes back, I'd send down Ramirez instead of Web Dog. But then the next player that comes back, I'd send down Web Dog.
Okay.
And then bring him back up for the next Blue Jay series.
I'm fine with Blue Jays Weber. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I don't think the analytics are going to be like, I predict this will happen again. Like, you don't go into the next war and be like, don't worry about re-upping the ammunition. We got a little tiny cannon. That helped us out. But you're fucking proud of the tiny cannon.
I don't know. I think sometimes the Yankees tap into the tiny cannon when it works.
Not me. That's when it works. That's Blue Jays.
So you're saying you never expect the tiny cannon to work again?
You don't rely on it that way. And you probably think like this isn't going to work again. Like you're probably like, all right, they'll wait tiny cannon saves us twice.
I think I got the.
Well, when it does work, that's so prideful. Like, thank God. You know who's the most prideful? The guy who said, "Don't get rid of it; it might work." Like, box of old iPhone chargers that your wife wants you to throw out, and you're like, I might need this one day. And then the moment comes, she's like, it's broken, it's ripped, it's not even going to work. Saves her phone. You're like, what now?
Congrats to Ryan Weber.
Congrats to him. Awesome stuff. He's got to have a fun Twitter handle, right?
I don't
Big
think you
Web.
want to look into the Twitter again.
Big Web is his Twitter handle.
I think that
Big
didn't
Web
go
48
so well last time.
Last part of this 180 is last year you looked at his Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Big Web 48, and then the bio says right-handed pitcher.
Well, that's electric.
And he wrote just pitcher first, and he was like, I got to have more than that.
I got to spruce this up.
Right-handed pitcher. That's so now we go MFer.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's the next part of it is MFer. And now you have a really easy choice. Like the easiest choice of all time. Unless you want to corner me.
My Yankee MFer. I can't do Janny Jansen. God, I don't. I don't know.
Are you joking or being serious?
I'm being serious. I mean, is it Jake Bauers?
Jake.
Yeah. What are you doing over there?
Sticky hands.
I don't think Jake Bauers has sticky hands.
My boy
I just
Jake.
thought he had a bad series. He goes 0 for 9. See the only Yankee without a hit? Him and Higgy. So I'll go Jake Bauers.
Nice. Okay, you go Jake Bauers.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go Domingo German.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't get him. I still don't know if you're joking or
No, I want to
forgot
leave the
about him.
layup for you. You
Okay.
said you wanted him later, so I left it for later.
Well, I just like don't cheat, dude. And if you do, don't cheat so much you get caught.
Twice
So-
by the same crew, basically.
Yeah.
Got away
And-
with one last time, it seems like. So
What's really like interesting about that is they put out the umpires put out their statement and then German put out his statement, and they're the same exact statements as the Max Scherzer one. So clearly MLB has or one side has told the umpires, this is what you say. You say, that's the stickiest hand I've ever felt. And then the MLB PA has told the players to say, it's not a neutral process, so I'm not appealing. I would love to appeal, but it doesn't go to a third party. It goes MLB. It goes to just MLB, so it's not going to be a fair judgment anyway. And then blah blah blah. Like they put out the same statements. So now it's like, oh, this is you guys are fighting in a different way. But I'm not excusing German. And even like Boone and Judge all said they went up to him and talked to him and were like, yeah, dude, you're like really fucking us now. You can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have him fucking us that bad. Like we got Sevy's coming back. There's an off day. Like rest your arm, Domingo. You done good. We'll see you next time.
Being down a pitcher when the bullpen's as taxed as it is not good.
But then you get the web dog. So I'm getting confused here because I want to.
Well, you wouldn't lose the web dog. They're down a spot. They have to play with 25 men instead of 26.
We could lose the web dog in a couple days, but I don't think we will. No, it's done by Domingo. But at the same time, like this same crew let him wash his hand last time and come out and do the same thing. So that's where it's like, I get it's dumb, but also he did the same thing and like didn't get punished. So I guess I don't know.
Last time they're saying it sounds like he washed his hand with alcohol, if I'm being honest. It sounds like the same thing that happened with Scherzer. But
yes.
But the frustrating thing is German's spin rates aren't even changing.
No.
So his hands being that sticky is more like he's just like obsessed with having sticky hands.
He likes it.
He just likes it. You know, it's like how Jason Giambi used to dip his head in a bucket of sweat before taking at bats. Like it didn't help him hit any better, but he liked it.
It's a bucket of sweat for Giambi.
It was gross, man. Dono used to collect from all the workouts earlier in the day. But teach their own. Thong, sweat, whatever you got to do. Steroids. Giambi did a lot. He tried a lot of different things.
One of the sweetest men I've met in a brief period of time.
Yeah.
He used to go around and collect all the other players' sweat, put it in a bucket for Giambi to dip his head in it.
Well, staff too.
I'm just telling you what I know.
Okay.
I won't get into the details. But it wasn't always human sweat.
Come on. Come on. What's that?
Let's move on.
We should move on.
German's the MFer.
Your MFer, not mine.
Yeah, my MFer. And it does fuck us because He's our second best pitcher of late, although Nestor improves today wildly. But
Yeah, he was the pride you missed. But Jim, this whole show is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you're looking to get better help, these are the people you need to get in touch with. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. And therapy itself can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. That's pretty heavy. Fill out their questionnaire, get matched with a licensed professional, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Yanks today. And you get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Yanks. There's a link in the description. BetterHelp.
better help. Your first award? I texted BBD some of my awards today, so I didn't forget them.
Do you have any themes that I need to be cautious of?
Full transparency, I texted BBD. I don't know if there's a theme.
Okay.
Maybe if because there's one where I have two options and I don't know which one I'm going to go. You could, if I go one of the ways on the second one, if it's still available, obviously you have first pick. The theme would be movies. And then if you wanted to, the broadest theme I could give you would be
I'm over
entertainment.
it. My first award is the If I Wrote a Katy Perry Song award.
I kissed a girl just to try it. It was last night. My name's Jake. Jake Bowers?
Close. He got my MFer, which you missed that, so he couldn't get an award.
And that's why that was a fake guess. And you're
Faux
going
guess.
and you're going Aaron Hicks. But do you mean Taylor Swift?
No, no. The award is going to Harrison Bader. I think if I had to emotionally write a song about like playing baseball in a Katy Perry tone, I think it'd be about Harrison Bader. Just the way he tracks balls down and the diving catches and the antics. Like, I just feel like if I had to put pen to paper and write like a flirty summer baseball song, it would be how Harrison Bader plays.
Right.
The dives, the way I know, and I'm going to have to at this point.
Yeah.
I know the corner I've put myself in, and me and Zach will get in the lab, our band Crooked Ways. We've been playing shows and stuff.
You are in a different band with him.
We'll put some tunage together.
Straight
Jim,
waves.
the diving catches to start that second game, and then the second to start the second inning of the Cole game, and he comes up doing the hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, that's the center field was the only time in my life I've been happy, and the way he plays it is very special. So
that was going to be the first award that I texted Beebs. It's something worth talking about. I was going to give him the Mr. Myrtle's Yard award because it's where baseballs go to die. It's center field. They don't come back. Doesn't matter where you throw it to. Bader's got it. And it's awesome. It's eye-opening. Like, if a ball's hit the center field, I continue to keep my eyes open. I watch it.
Did you hear the Matt Carpenter story that they told during the broadcast?
Yeah. I don't like those stories.
I know you don't, because you think they're probably floofy, but
No, because they did it with Odor and Gallo, and it's like, stop just taking anyone's opinion on who to trade for.
Well, that's the thing. The front office doesn't actually listen to people.
That's why they just do it so they can tell the story later.
But Jimmy, think about how horned up, and actually we know the front office wasn't as in as Gallo and Odor was for free, so that's not as true. Matt Carpenter, who's the alpha male of all alpha males, when they asked him about Bader, and probably why they've leaked the story, because it gives them a lot of lead in their pencil, Carpenter said, yeah, but you're not going to get that guy. which must have made the Yankees front office so horned up. Like, oh, you don't think we can get that guy? Because we are about to get that guy. And we're finding out why.
He's really good. Didn't have a good offensive series.
No, but he had to
fine.
come down. I mean,
Yeah.
he was one dotting.
Yeah. And his throw home was kind of crazy because I was like, oh, you can throw home. Just like calm down. You didn't need to do all that.
They had all red lights in the outfield, Jim. Judge, Bader, and Oswaldo.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. They asked Odor about trading for Gallo if he thinks he could handle it. And Odor was like, yeah. And then I don't love the stories of when they ask a guy in the clubhouse, do you think we should go get this guy? You think he can handle it? If it's Judge, I love it. But the 2 times I've heard it recently, it's a guy who's been with the team for a month.
Well, Matt Carpenter and his career deserves a little more respect than
For
Odor
sure.
playing for free.
For sure, in different tones. But yeah, Odor shouldn't have been asked.
I don't think he was. I think they made that one up.
No, we were told that. That's not public, or like we were told that.
Yeah.
Well, you ruined my one award.
Nope. That's the whole point of the flip-flop in first place and your fake relationship with God.
I'm not upset. Like, you did ruin it.
Listen to yourself.
But I'm just saying, you're allowed to. That doesn't mean you didn't
Your
ruin
face
it.
has turned strawberry red.
That's the churros.
You look like you're in Willy Wonka's Fun Factory.
My for how red it usually takes, mine's.
You look great, dude. You look great. Give your award.
You took my award.
Oh, you gotta have more than
Biebs,
one.
I do. Biebs, what do you want me to do? The next award I'm giving out, I have 2 options. I'll let Biebs choose the song or the lyric.
I like the song.
Adam Song Award.
You do like that song. It's going to Nestor?
No.
Okay.
It's not going to Nestor.
There was a lot of options for Adam's song.
You think so?
Yeah, kind of a bullshit clue, but go on.
Biebs, who do you think this is going to?
The guess is kind of rude. I lean Aaron Hicks.
Yeah, I thought it was very obvious. Yeah. I don't know how Nestor could get it. If you wanted Nestor to get
I think we lost
Pride, you can't also want him to get Adam Song.
Lost your mic, Jake.
Lost your mic. Well, Adam Song, I never conquered, rarely came. Tomorrow holds such better days. We're like 4th stanza of Adam Song with Hicks. We went through the first 3. We went through the real depressing stanzas. I never thought I'd die alone. That was last or first Rays series Hicks, whenever that was. And now we're getting to 4th stanza where tomorrow could be awesome. The tour is over. I've survived. Can't wait to go home. This is the first time Hicksy's excited to get back to the Bronx. He thinks he's walking into Cheers.
Big Cincy series coming, Jim.
He is looking right past them. He doesn't know Cincinnati exists.
Series. He might not.
Not on his map. But yeah, Hicksy. The numbers are like nuts.
He's on a little bit of a heater, Jimbo.
It's cool. It's good. And some extra base hits roped in. Like the homer and then some actual power. Did he unload a throw that was nice today or no?
It was borderline. I think everyone was curious because I think it was Whit Merrifield on third, who's a fast and a good base runner, and it was to Hicks in left. He didn't go back on the ball at all. And I think after watching the play out, and most runners would have been out at home. But yeah, it was good to see that. And yeah, he just misses the homer today. Hicks is feeling good. And man, Judge loves Hicks. It's always awesome to see that.
Aaron's.
That's true.
The Aarons like each other. We're in the part of the song where it's about not Aaron yourself.
He's got 6 hits in his last 6 games now. I think.
Something like that.
Oh, no. One of these is just games finished. I'm not counting that.
Mm.
In his last 5 games started, he has 6 hits. And he has 10 at-bats, so he's batting 600. That's good.
The ball's been finding some turf.
On a serious note, is it enough, do you think, to warrant not perusing other options that would still bump him down? Or is it enough where, yeah, let's see how long this lasts, and if he finds a middle area, he's our 4th outfielder?
It's crazy tricky. Because I think the thing that I end up falling on is if he's on the roster, which he's been for a while now, the Yankees end up having so many injuries that if you're on the roster, you could be starting in any game. And I love that Hicks is on a heater now. I love that the guys love him. I love when he's switch hitting and locked in. But if we get to big games in September or October and Hicks is starting and he's in a bad situation, we did that to ourselves, right? So
Yeah.
that's where I don't know. If I could have Aaron Hicks, the switch hitting bench piece that could play all outfield positions and have a good eye and a good throwing arm, I would sign up for that bench piece. But the problem is with the Yankees, if you're a bench piece, you're a starter.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. You have to be very weary here. Almost like give him all the Cincy games. Him and Wortfett.
You're excited for this Cincy series.
When is it coming up?
Sun will come up tomorrow.
Mean old Sun. I am not excited for the 11:30 game Sunday.
Yeah, earlier record for us.
That part will be nice.
You got to be in a mood for it. You kind of got to set up your morning and like be ready for that.
Guess so. That's around James' first nap time. That's a terrible time for me to record and guard. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a Peacock game?
Peacock.
I believe it's on the cock,
yeah. They were actually decent as a second streaming last year.
Yeah, you got to shuffle the morning a little bit, but if you land there properly, it's kind of nice because
yeah. Well, I don't get I don't have control of my mornings, you know.
Right.
It's true.
That little fucker. He's the boss.
Dusty.
And the dogs. Woke up one of the dogs crazy diary. You're up to give an award? Because Hicks got the Adams Song Award.
My final and last award, the second most prestigious award of the episode, is the Analytics Lean Forward Award.
The Analytics Lean Forward Award.
Yeah.
Nestor?
Isaiah Kiner Falefa, Jim. We talked about him a little bit. We talked about his defense at third base, some base running here and there. Jimmy hit a homer in this series. Opposite field, 370. Got a good piece on it. Came into the dugout, super hype. I'm reliving all of it. And, with Rortvedt getting called up too, and Donaldson with the new injury, all the key players are around that you're reliving it, right? And then I was tapping into the why, which we've tried to for a couple years now. And then I look around and I see Jake Bauers and I see Willie Calhoun. And I go, okay. The Yankees, in their heart of hearts, the Yankees think Willie Calhoun and Jake Bauers can hit. And it was the thing we circled around all of last year. It was IKF's hitting was exactly what they thought it would be. And the analytics team leaned forward because they had given up on Oppo, Homer, IKF. But when they got him, they thought he was going to stumble into those. They thought that was part of his swing trajectory. They had him as part of the righty porch job swing crew, and it never fully happened. That they saw it happen in this series, and they leaned forward and they said, Isaiah, that's the ticket. That's the one. And I don't know if it's going to happen.
You think they profiled him as a homer guy?
I think they thought, like DJ LeMahieu, he would run into more homers because his most powerful swing is to right field.
Okay. I don't know if they saw that. Because he hits ground balls.
They thought they'd make him stop hitting ground balls and hit it to right field. That's their secret recipe with every hitter they try to tap into.
Well, usually they're power hitters.
Right, but DJ and some of these guys that didn't have the best hitting resumes, that's what they think they can tap into.
Do you think he's going to start now?
No. But again, he's kind of like IKF as a bench piece again. I'm cool.
You can have games like that. Hey, looking at his spray chart from 2021. Yeah. He has 7 hits that would have been homers at the stadium. Or outs, I should say. Outs. That would have been homers. So, yeah. I doubted. I went and looked at the spray chart, 2021 spray chart, and you're right. Maybe they did. But I don't know if they're acting on it at this point.
They're not acting, but they leaned forward and like got excited. Like maybe it's happening. Because, dude, just think about this. When you've seen IKF turn on a ball, we've seen him fully connect on it, and it didn't get out at Yankee Stadium. That ball he hit the other day is 370 and got out in a big way in Toronto. Like that's
I can't picture him turning. I just have that one Clase hit off the fence, but otherwise,
he had two. He had 2 of those, and Clase is the other one.
Yeah, I just don't have the mental image of him turning on one in my head.
Not a ton of data.
Yeah, no.
And I figured if you went Hicks, I should follow with IKF.
Well, Hicks is on fire. 3 hits. Best ever.
IKF 2 for 3.
True. That's true.
Where's your last prestigious final award going, Jimbo?
Man, I might group some guys here.
Okay.
If I have your permission, I might
Full
have
tilt,
to...
man. Times are good. Full tilt.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go another Blink 182 song.
Sure.
Feeling This award. Figure I'd write out a theme.
Where do we go from here? Feeling This. And it's going to a bunch of guys?
Yes.
Okay. Where do we go from here? I'm feeling this. It goes to Willie Calhoun.
Feeling this award.
Willie Calhoun and Johnny Brito.
Smiling from ear to ear. Feeling this. No. Well, no, neither of those guys are in the group, and that's a big hint for you.
Oh, I'm done guessing.
Oh, okay. Goes to the bullpen.
Okay. Could be Johnny Brito. He was in the bullpen.
Oh, technically.
Oh,
Jake gets half a point. Good counter.
Thank you.
And I get 1 decimal of a point for acknowledging the good counter. That's good sportsmanship.
Yeah. I said yes.
Yes. And 2 more decimals for us both agreeing. Dude, the bullpen. Where do we go from here? I'm feeling this. I don't need a plan. I'm good. But I had no idea where we go. Who's the closer? All of them.
Yeah.
Who pitches the 7th in a close game? Well, whoever's fucking fresh, because half of them won't be. Okay, feeling it. I'm good. Cordero's got extra bullets. Why don't we have him open for Clark? Feeling it. I'm into it. Web Dog just to intentionally walk 2 guys, then face Flatty. Feeling it. I'm in on the bullpen. Blindly.
All right.
Yeah,
we could really use
Abreu doesn't throw 4 changeups in a row. Feeling it.
But he did. Yeah. We could really use
Canely?
no, in this upcoming series. This has been a whole Reds episode. Episode coming up.
Yes.
Reds
a lot of righties on
up.
the Reds, so we're
title
fine.
of the episode. We need like a pitcher to King game, or you need the Web Dog Ramirez game. You need if we can get a reset day, and honestly, if it's a loss between 2 wins, I don't really care, because there's an off day coming up, and it was their first off day in a while. So you need a reset day in the Cincinnati series. Because, I mean, and Sevy's only stretched out to so much, too. So you got to think about that, yeah, one of these Cincy games is probably going to be a bad burn. Web Dog Ramirez Abreu. But if you get a built-in pitching off day and then an actual off day, the bullpen will be back in a good spot.
I think we're bullpenning game 2, so that might be tough.
Johnny.
Well, yeah, I guess as he's the second, right?
Yeah. Maybe they bullpen for both Clark and Johnny.
Because Johnny as a starter, you're like, yeah, he's a starter, but he didn't go a while. Johnny as the Bolt guy is a 3-inning reliever. Because if he can go more, but he also has average to be like a 4-inning guy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, why not do it with both of them? Screw it.
I'd love an opener for Clark, but the Reds are all righties, so I think they're going to say just go fucking attack. His numbers versus righties were good. I don't know if they're still good.
And yeah, I mean, I mentioned it in the Bird, but Cordito as a nickname for Cordero Burrito starter opener, like, that's cool.
Have Nick Ramirez open for Burrito. Who gives a shit? Hey, I have a question for you. Do you think we'll ever hear the words like and Weber's down?
No.
No.
I think part of the reason Weber has a job is his agent tells his team, like, I can throw $150 a day.
Oh no, but like, even if he is down, right? Do you ever think the booth says it? Like,
I don't think he's ever down, Jim. I'm not joking.
But like, they could go to Weber, but he's down. Like,
not on the table.
That's never going to be said once.
I think it's probably why the Yankees like him. Like, I think part of his contract is secretly like, if you need 100 bullets at any time, I'm willing to do it if I can be on the team.
And then they go, what, Webb, you got a rubber arm, it doesn't get sore. Oh, it gets sore as shit, but the results are the same.
It's just how I throw it.
They're going to hit it. Our guys are going to catch it or not. I mean, and it's not up to me, Skip. Put Bader out there, and I'm good.
Oh, God.
Pride.
Just in horrible pain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
No, it hurts.
See the way I throw?
It doesn't affect.
That's what else you got, Jimbo?
I don't know. Yanks are like the second hottest team in baseball. Like, as far as like last 15 or 10 games, maybe 13 games now. So it's been pretty good. The Mets beat the Rays. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays. The East is fully up for grabs. Whatever. Rays squandered that quick. Didn't we teach them last year how to build a lead and keep it?
No, I guess.
No, they weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Webb, did you throw lefty tonight?
No, check my Twitter bio, man.
That was quick, Jake. You're so quick. Wow, beautiful.
He's on the mind. He's on the mind.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
What a callback. End the episode there.
I've got stuff.
All right.
Go Yanks. Telegrams.
Go Yankees.
Big Red Series.
Yeah.
Big blitzball game. Sunday.
Yes.
Watch
Some
all
web
the
dog.
blitzball.